kind of hopefully get into a routine from this point on, get the guys thinking that way a little bit. But it was okay. I think we got some things done.
Has it been difficult to treat a Friday as a Tuesday?
I think I'm getting better. I don't know about everybody else, but I struggled the first couple of days here. Just part of it because we're playing on a Tuesday, and then the other part, the lateness of the calendar date, is a little bit unusual too. But I think we're all getting there.
Is Stanzi good to go, and will he start?
Yeah, plan on starting him, and right now nobody's been ruled out, so hopefully we'll have everybody out there.
How about Dace? How's he looking? How's his recovery?
He's making progress, and every day's been important for him. He started working, real aggressively probably about 8-10 days ago, somewhere in that ballpark. So I wouldn't say he's full speed right now, and he's sore, but he's working, and hopefully he'll get to play some.
Would you say there's a mutual respect between the way that they feel about Iowa's defense and your offense feels about, or your defense feels about their offense?
Yeah, I don't know how they feel about us, but I know we feel about them. First of all, their whole football team, they certainly earned their championship, and any team that wins a championship and they had to play a championship game, they won their division, then played a championship game. They do things right. They do a great job, and they've done it in 2 years now. 20 wins in 2 years, so that's impressive as well. They're very talented. They're very well coached, and really play and execute very well in the field. And their offense is certainly. They've got 3 marquee players there, but their entire team really executes well, and they put a lot of pressure on you in a lot of different ways.
Did you watch Navy play yesterday at all? Did you see any?
I saw 4 or 5 snaps. Some of the guys were talking about on the bus, but. No, I didn't see much of it, but it's obviously part of the family tree, and it's a tough offense to defend.
You've done a couple bowl trips now where you feel like you've had your schedule set and established. How are you guys coming along on where you'd like to be running up to a bowl?
I'm only laughing because I can barely remember last year. I can kind of, but I remember the game, but this is that time where just you're kind of. It seems like we've been doing this a long time, and it's probably because we have been. But that's natural, and I really think the trick in bowls is more of the mental approach than it is necessarily how many minutes you practice, that type of thing. But we spent a lot of time thinking about that too. But I think our guys are focused on the game. I think they've done a good job of enjoying Miami, which we really encouraged them to do. And I can't say enough about the bowl. People associate the bowl committee, everybody associate the Orange Bowl. They have been fantastic, just have gone above and beyond. So everything's been very positive, and I think our players are doing a good job taking care of what they need to so far.
Looking back on the season, what's been the most memorable moment for this team?
Oh, it's really hard, and I think probably the couple of Kodak snapshots. We've had obviously a lot of exciting games, a lot of close games, and the thing that jumped out at me, a lot of different players made a lot of different big contributions. Came up with the big play that sparked us. Last year we were more of a Sean Green-oriented team, and Sean kind of emerged as our marquee player. This year, I don't know that we have a quote-unquote marquee player, but we've got a lot of guys that are good football players that play well together, and they've come up with big plays at different times. The Sash play in the Indiana game. There's a couple guys involved with that. And, certainly Adrian Claiborne's punt block and return in Penn State. So some things like that really gave us some real spark this year.
Sash played at the Indiana game. How did that happen? How many times have you seen that?
I just saw it this morning, coincidentally. But it's just one of those things, like the 2 field goal blocks. We'll probably never see it again. So. But when you have a good season, you need some moments like that, and guys hustling around, the ball came to him, and boom, he just took off. So it's one of those deals. But we certainly needed it at that time, and things weren't looking good. And we've had some moments like that. So that's what it takes to have a good season.
How's the work going with some of the developmental guys, the young guys?
I think good. I think we're making a lot of progress, and it gives us a good chance to look at them, which is a nice sidebar on a bowl trip. And it's a nice thing about playing later like this. It gives us a few more opportunities to work those guys, before the game's getting close. So it's been good, and be curious to see how things keep going here and where we're at in the spring.
Have you allowed yourself to think about the future with your running back position at all?
Not other than I walked out with Jewel today, and it'll be good to have him return. You know, but we've never had too many good players at any one position here, so I hope it becomes a problem, but I don't know if that it will be.
The hospital visit tomorrow, how important are things like that too on a trip like this?
Well, yeah, we do a lot of that stuff on our campus. One thing that we're really fortunate, we've got the largest teaching hospital in the country. We've got a great children's hospital, it's a top 20 children's hospital right there too. So our players have a lot of opportunity during the season and out of season to do things involving the hospital. And this will be kind of like being at home, I guess, in some ways. But I think, you know, everybody in the hospital tells us what a nice thing it is for the patients. And I would just argue or suggest that it's a better thing for our players to go over and have a chance just to realize how lucky they are. And I think that's usually the effect that it has on our players.
How much did you counsel Adrian on his decision to come back?
Not a lot, you know, about as much as the other guys. And, you know, he just... you know, it's an individual, personal decision for everybody, and certainly we're thrilled with it. You know, because I think I know he's going to be one of our best leaders next year. You know, he's already voted a captain as a junior, and that speaks volumes. That's the players voting, not the coaches. And you know, he's, I think, going to be one of the finer defensive linemen in the country, which is exciting too. He was one of the better ones this year, but to me, he'll be right up there in the upper echelon now.
He said today that he still feels kind of a work in progress because he really hasn't been playing football that long.
Yeah.
I mean, do you see that as well? Do you see that
Most players are. Yeah, most players are works in progress,
Well,
and most college players. Yeah, not necessarily. I mean, it's pretty good work if he's a work in progress. But I understand what he's saying. But that's the attitude I think every player should have. You know, he was a tight end linebacker in high school. There was a guy years ago, Bruce Clark, Newcastle, Pennsylvania, that went to Penn State. Ended up playing defensive line. He played inside for Penn State and was a you know, all-pro down, I guess, in New Orleans. Kind of the same kind of deal. Adrian was a big linebacker, tight end. He really took to the position move very quickly and very well, and you know, he's done a great job at it. So you know, we've seen him improve with each phase, and that's exciting because we think, you know, his best football is still ahead. I agree with him there.
I'm sure you've encountered a lot of guys that have overcome adversity, you know, when they were younger, like he has. Is his story one of the best stories you've heard?
Yeah, we've had a lot of good stories, and his is certainly one of them. And that's, you know, it's kind of life right now. You know, I tell you, there are a lot of things that happen. You know, when you deal with a population like we do, 120 players, 115 players on the team, yeah, you get a lot of stories. And you know, I have respect for every guy on our football team. Anybody that will stay with this endeavor, graduate college, you know, because that's not easy. Play big time football, that's not easy. And be good citizens. You know, those are all big accomplishments, and I know Adrian's family is extremely proud of him. His mom got in town yesterday, I think it was. I saw her in the lobby.
Amari and Brian, have they made decisions yet?
Not to my knowledge. If they have, I don't know. So we'll find out.
He doesn't know. Just kidding.
The smile, though.
I don't know. Your guess is about as good as mine right now.
Have you paid any attention to the Urban Meyer stuff? What's been going on? And is that
Not
giving you a pause
real
at all?
closely. I mean, you know, I know there's you know, development Saturday, I guess, and I know there's a turn of events on Sunday. So, yeah, you know, I mean, it's not to minimize it, but you know, Dick Vermeil, there are a lot. This is historically Joe Gibbs, Dick Vermeil, guys that have walked away and come back or not come back. But yeah, I would also say this, and you guys heard me say this before. You know, we work long hours, we're under stress. But you know, I look at farmers. You know, they got stress in their life too. You know, if it doesn't rain, you can't do anything about that, and if it rains too much, you can't stop that. So, you know, I want him to be well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not minimizing that, but you know, what we do is, it's not like we're heroes or anything like that. I mean, you know, there are a lot of people that work hard in our country. A lot of people under stress, and you know, putting kids through college and working 2 jobs, that's stressful. You know, and that's tough. So. Yeah, what we do, you know, I guess the difference with us is what we do is out there. You know, everybody has opinions about what our production is or isn't, but you know, it's a little bit more public than maybe being a farmer. But there's a lot of jobs that are tough. I know that. I figured that out a long time ago. I feel pretty lucky actually to be on my job. So I don't know.